Welcome, cherished listeners, to the Library of Divine Echoes. I'm your host, Christopher Little, and it's an honor to open another volume in the vast cosmic library we explore together. Today we journey to the mist-shrouded groves and ancient lands of the Celts, delving into the profound and often misunderstood world of Druidry. When we speak of Druidry, many images might come to mind. Robed figures in oak groves, Stonehenge, mystical rituals. But what was at the heart of their practice? Beyond the popular imagery lies a sophisticated spiritual system, deeply connected to nature, interwoven with magic, law, and healing. Today we will peel back the layers to understand the magical practices, religious customs, cultural characteristics, sacred rites, and spiritual perspectives that defined the Druids and the Celtic peoples. Our exploration will culminate in a special guided meditation designed to help you connect with the nurturing energy of our Earth Mother, Gaia, and send her waves of loving gratitude. So, settle in, perhaps find a quiet space, and let us begin to echo the wisdom of the Druids. To truly grasp Druidic practices, we must first understand their worldview. Unlike many modern philosophies that separate humanity from nature, the Celts, guided by their Druids, saw everything as interconnected. The land, the trees, the animals, the rivers, the sky, the ancestors, the gods, were all part of one living, breathing web of existence. This is the essence of animism and panpsychism, the belief that spirit animates all things. The term druid itself is thought to derive from words meaning oak knower or true knower, signifying a deep understanding of natural wisdom. These were not merely priests, they were the intellectual and spiritual elite of Celtic society. Judges, teachers, healers, seers, poets, and advisors to kings. Their training was arduous, often lasting 20 years or more, and was entirely oral. Imagine memorizing vast epics, complex legal codes, intricate genealogies, and profound spiritual philosophies without a single written text to refer to. This oral tradition speaks volumes about the incredible memory and intellectual discipline required, and also highlights the exclusivity of their deeper esoteric knowledge. Central to their spiritual understanding was the concept of Awen, meaning flowing spirit or divine inspiration. It's the life force, the spark of divine creativity that flows through all things, connecting us to the cosmos. The Druids sought to harness, channel, and embody Awen in their lives and practices. Their entire spiritual path was, in essence, a quest for this profound, intuitive wisdom. When we talk about magic in the context of Druidry, we're not speaking of mere parlor tricks. We're referring to a profound understanding of natural laws and subtle energies, and the ability to work with them to effect change. For the Druids, magic wasn't separate from religion or spirituality. It was an inherent part of their sacred worldview. One of the most potent forms of Druidic magic was the power of the word. The spoken word, particularly through incantations, blessings, and curses, was believed to have a creative force. The Fili, the poet-seers, held immense power. Their carefully crafted verses were not just beautiful, they were spells designed to invoke, to heal, or even to harm. Consider the Ogham, the ancient Celtic alphabet, often carved into standing stones. Beyond being a writing system, each Ogham symbol was associated with a specific tree, a bird, a color, and a unique energetic quality. When a druid used Ogham in divination or ritual, they weren't just reading symbols, they were engaging with these intrinsic energetic correspondences, activating their inherent magical properties. The act of chanting Om names or carving them with intention was a powerful act of energetic manipulation. There was elemental magic. The Druids were masters of working with the primal forces of air, earth, fire, and water. The earth itself was seen as a living entity, Gaia, providing stability and abundance. Air represented thought and communication. Fire, transformation and inspiration. Water, emotion, intuition, and healing. They understood how to attune themselves to these elements, to draw upon their power for various purposes, including weatherworking. Legends abound of Druids raising mists to confound enemies, bringing rain in times of drought, or even calming storms. This wasn't about control in a domineering sense, but about harmonizing with the elements, understanding their cycles, and subtly influencing them through focused will and energetic projection. Sympathetic magic was also prevalent. This is the principle that like affects like. The creation of effigies, small replicas of people or desired outcomes, was a form of this. For healing, an effigy of a sick person might be used, and healing rituals performed upon it, with the intention that the healing would transfer to the actual individual. Conversely, some darker accounts speak of effigies used for malefic purposes. More commonly, we see sympathetic magic in seasonal rituals, where effigies or representations of the old year or negative energies might be burned or cast out to symbolize renewal. Healing magic was a cornerstone of Druidic practice. They were exceptional herbalists, but their healing went beyond physical remedies. They understood the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. Illness was often seen as a spiritual or energetic imbalance. They used sacred waters from wells and springs, imbued with specific intentions and herbs for cleansing and healing. Trance states, guided visualization, and direct energetic work were also employed to restore balance and vitality. Finally, divination was critical. Beyond Ogham, Druids engaged in practices like scrying, gazing into reflective surfaces like water or polished stones, interpreting omens from natural phenomena, and entering deep trance states to gain insight. The Imbolc forasne, an ancient Irish technique, involved the poet-seer entering a trance, often after specific rituals or sensory deprivation, to receive direct intuitive knowledge or prophetic visions. That wasn't about simply predicting the future, but understanding the currents of fate and possibility, allowing for informed action. The rhythm of Druidic life was intrinsically linked to the cycles of nature, celebrated through a series of sacred festivals, often referred to as the Wheel of the Year. These weren't just agricultural observances, they were profound spiritual rites designed to align human consciousness with the cosmic energies of each season. Samhain, October 31st to November 1st. This marked the Celtic New Year, the end of the harvest and the beginning of the darker half of the year. It was the most liminal time when the veil between the living and the dead, between our world and the other world, was thinnest. It was a time for ancestor veneration, for communion with departed loved ones, and for releasing the old to make way for the new. Rituals might involve feasting with ancestors, divination about the coming year, and the extinguishing and relighting of sacred fires. Its esoteric purpose was to embrace the darkness, to delve into the subconscious, and to honor the cycle of death and rebirth. Imbolc, February 1st. Dedicated to the goddess Brigid, this festival marked the first stirrings of spring, the return of light, and the quickening of life. It was a time for purification, initiation, and dedication. Esoterically, it was about cleansing the spirit, planting seeds of intention for the coming year, and invoking creative inspiration. Beltane, May 1st. A vibrant celebration of fertility, life, and the union of the sacred masculine and feminine. Bonfires were lit, often with cattle driven between them for purification. It was a time for hand fastings, for celebrating sensual life force, and for actively manifesting desires. Its esoteric focus was on igniting passion, creativity, and the burgeoning energies of growth. Lughnasadh, August 1st. The first harvest festival, celebrating the abundance of the earth and the skill of human hands. It was a time for feasting, games, and acknowledging the sun's power. Esoterically, it was about gratitude for blessings, recognizing cycles of effort and reward, and preparing for the turning towards autumn. Beyond these major fire festivals, the solstices and equinoxes were also observed, marking specific cosmic alignments and opportunities for deep ritual work with solar and lunar energies. Sacred spaces were paramount. The Nimiton, a sacred grove of trees, often encircled by a ditch or stone boundary, served as a natural temple. Here Druids conducted their rites, connected with tree spirits, and drew upon the raw power of the earth. Cairns, standing stones, and natural wells were also considered portals to the otherworld, sites of profound energetic significance where offerings were made and communions sought. The very act of placing an offering in a well or at a sacred tree was an act of reciprocity, a gift given in exchange for healing, wisdom, or blessing, acknowledging the give and take inherent in nature. The process of initiation and apprenticeship to become a Druid was itself a multifaceted rite. It involved not only immense intellectual training and memorization, but also physical endurance, spiritual discipline, and often profound personal transformative experiences. These initiations were designed to strip away the old self, open the initiate to subtle realms, and empower them to become true channels for divine energy and wisdom. The spiritual perspectives of the Celts, imbued and taught by the Druids, were deeply cyclical and profoundly empowering. A core belief was reincarnation, or metempsychosis. Caesar himself noted that the Druids taught souls do not perish, but after death pass from one to another. This was not simply a belief in an afterlife, but an understanding of continuous spiritual evolution. Death was not an end, but a transition, a passage along the soul's journey. This perspective fostered immense courage and philosophical acceptance of life's impermanence, knowing that lessons learned in one lifetime contributed to the soul's progress. We can see this reflected in the Welsh concept of the three circles of existence: Abred, the circle of transmigration and necessity; Gwynfyd, the circle of purity and felicity; and Cugant, the ultimate circle of infinite space, accessible only to the divine. This provided a spiritual map for the soul's ascent. The concept of the otherworld was deeply woven into their spiritual fabric. It wasn't a distant heaven or hell, but a coexisting dimension, often described as a land of eternal youth, beauty, and abundance. It was accessible through liminal spaces, mist-shrouded mounds, ancient caves, sacred lakes, or even through altered states of consciousness induced by ritual or trance. Tales of heroes venturing into the otherworld and returning years later, or not at all, speak to the fluidity of time and space in these spiritual journeys. These narratives served as guides for Druidic initiates undergoing their own visionary quests. Culturally, the Celts placed a high value on honor, truth, and justice. The Druids, acting as judges, played a crucial role in maintaining social harmony and mediating disputes. Their laws were often unwritten, passed down orally, and deeply embedded in a sense of natural justice. Hospitality was also paramount, a sacred duty to welcome and protect guests. These values permeated their social structure and were reinforced by spiritual teachings about the consequences of dishonorable action. Ultimately, The spiritual practice of Druidry was a deeply personal journey of self-discovery and connection to the divine. It was about seeking the Awen within oneself, understanding one's place in the interconnected web of creation, and living in harmony with the natural world. It taught that wisdom could be found not just in books, but in the rustling leaves of the forest, the flowing waters of a spring, and the quiet contemplation under a star-strewn sky. It was a path of profound reverence, continuous learning, and active participation in cosmic dance. Now, as we draw our exploration of Druidry to a close, let's embody one of its core principles, our deep connection to the earth, our mother, Gaia. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. If you feel comfortable, gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in, feeling your lungs fill with life-giving air. And exhale slowly, releasing any tension you might be holding. Breathe in peace. Breathe out release. Breathe in calm. Breathe out surrender. Bring your awareness to your body. Feel the weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you, by the chair you're sitting on, by the very foundation of the earth. Notice the gentle pull of gravity holding you securely. Now imagine roots growing from the base of your spine or from the soles of your feet, extending downwards. These roots are made of light and energy, and they reach deep, deep into the earth. Feel them passing through layers of soil, through ancient rocks, through subterranean waters. Deeper and deeper they go, anchoring you to the very core of our planet. Feel the immense, stable, loving energy of Gaia, the Earth Mother. She is always here, silently supporting all life, providing sustenance, beauty, and a home. Feel her heartbeat, a slow, steady rhythm that resonates with your own. As you breathe in, imagine drawing up this pure, vibrant earth energy through your roots, up into your body. Feel it filling your legs, your torso, your arms, your head. This energy is grounding, nourishing, and deeply comforting. It reminds you that you are part of this incredible living planet. Now, with your next exhale, as you send your breath back out into the world, imagine you are sending a wave of immense gratitude and loving kindness back down your roots, directly into the heart of Gaia. Think of all she provides: the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the stunning landscapes, the vibrant ecosystems, the very ground beneath our feet that supports every step we take. With each exhale, visualize sending a warm, golden light of love, appreciation, and respect back to her. Thank you, Gaia,
for your unwavering support. Thank you, Gaia, for your boundless generosity. Thank you, Gaia, for the beauty and life you sustain. Thank you, Gaia, for holding us. Feel this exchange of energy, receiving her nourishment with each inhale, sending your heartfelt gratitude with each exhale. Feel the deep connection, the reciprocal relationship between you and the living earth. You are not separate. You are one with her. Allow this feeling of deep gratitude and connection to fill your entire being. Rest in this peaceful, grounded state for a few more moments. Now gently bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the sounds around you. Feel your body present in the room. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, bringing this sense of groundedness and gratitude with you. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the esoteric heart of Druidry and for sharing in that meditation. May you carry the spirit of Awen, the wisdom of the earth, and the deep interconnectedness of all things into your day. Until next time, may your path be filled with light, wisdom, and the echoes of the divine. Be well.